not letting it up. Oh, that is sensational. Has he done enough, Foxes? Oh, that is a big spin. Hansen, you are going to have the honours as ever.
Oh, absolutely. Dela's disabled. I mean, it's the first lap of the race. We've not gotten to lap 2 yet, but it's 5 flights, and away we go at this fantastic circuit, Portimao GP. First time since season 3. Into turn 1, Tempo goes our race leader, Robin the Mercedes-Benz, and Mazzuvo in P3 into turn 2. A little bit of argy-bargy in the mid-pack from the Ferrari of Senna, I think, and Callum Oakley. Yes, it was. Senna is on the back of his teammate once again. That's deja vu from last week, and a car going right round. One can James down further down the grid, dropping like a sack of potato. But Simpson in the Aston Martin getting away nicely in P4. Don't mind seeing that from you, young man. F1 Samantha on that set of soft tyres, wanted to make the most of this quicker compound of tyre. Lap 1, Kronos Grand, hounding the back of the Ferrari of Senna into sector 2, up the hill now into the braking zone, get the car rotated through nicely, now back down the hill. It is like a roller coaster ride at fucking Flamingo Land around here. It is crazy. It's up and down, it's side to side. The cars are undulating everywhere. It's fantastic to see these cars back around this circuit in our league. Oh, down the 8 seconds on Alpine Samantha, getting the move made on Kronos Grand. The opportunistic move there, that's a phenomenal racing move. In the Alpine, we're now being led vulnerable up the hill, now down into turn 1. The overspeed that you gain on the circuit is phenomenal. The tow is very strong, but the ERS usage around here is punishing the Haas now on 40% of ERS. Lap 2 at 33. Samantha has burned off nearly 30%. Got a lot to attack with still and throughout the first part of this race. But so far so good. No contact made, no cars DNFing. But some moves being made early on. Sam looking, oh, contact device, Samantha into the back of the house.
Like
no damage on the car still, but a little bit of a love tap under braking.
It's okay, nothing crazy, nothing that's going to demand an early pit stop for the Alpine. But look, it's looking pretty close. For once, we're seeing a little bit of a gap between the Ferraris. We've got 1.5 seconds.
Oh, behind me on DMP going right round. Oh no, in the Mercedes-Benz. Sorry to cut you off, Chief. Sector 2, the exit that we mentioned all night so far. If your tyres like 1, 2, and 3, most of these Haas, they're going to be so cold still, and that exit then becomes 10 times harder. It's so slippery. It's like driving on ice, man. It's crazy how hard it is with those hard tyres. Oh, around here, to get those tyres up to 10, to get the rate of the car planted and just settle down a little bit at least.
Once they're bedded in, once you do get that little bit of heat into them, then the hard tyres do become quite rewarding. Oh my God.
Kronos Grand, I'm going to keep cutting him off every 30 seconds. Sorry, boss man. Oh, Jesus Christ, the Alpine and Samantha. The House of Kronos Grand wanting a 3rd round scrap. Down the hill now, around the outside of the Alpine goes Samantha, defending hard down the inside, goes Kronos Grand in that Haas. There is a Ferrari up in front as well, still being chased down by a Haas and an Alpine. Oh, big snap! That'll throw you out your fucking racing rig, but she's caught it in a jiffy, gets the car planted and gets a move made. Wallaby driving, that is from the lady, phenomenal stuff.
That was, McLaren going a bit wide by. That was so well done. Grand as well, absolutely had the run down the hill into the braking zone, was smart and gave that space on the outside to allow Samantha to get the foot down, then allowed her to be on that inside line. for the next series of corners. It's going to be close between these two, that is for sure. Look at this gap now, by the way, between Senna and Ultra. Now, I'm not sure if Senna is playing, I don't know, maybe a little bit of a game here, just trying to sort of back the pack up. That being said, I think Samantha in the Alpine is going to go.
She goes, doesn't matter about
soft tyres. She's got to use them.
Doesn't matter.
Got to use them. This is it. If you're going early doors on those soft tyres, then you have to use them. You have to take that opportunity. Is that AJ round? Oh, he keeps it out of the wall, but it's a spin and down into P12. Oh, what's happened with Lager? Oh, what have I just seen there with Lager? Is that Lager and a Red Bull, I think, having a bit of a collision here. I'm not sure what's... Oh, I don't know what's going on here. I'm trying to get a little bit of view of the front. It is the front right end plate on Lager's McLaren is missing. So a little bit of a collision somewhere in the opening few corners of the lap. That's probably going to force him to box hard tyres.
Sterling on Portugese Grand can't work out when he's fighting somebody in front of, fighting for his life.
It's everywhere.
Around the outside now goes Sterling into the final corner in that McLaren.
Oh, what an angle.
We're trying to work on pure overspeed and pure driving momentum around the final corner.
Oh, hang on, there comes Senna. Oh, Senna between the two.
The Ferrari now coming in behind the Haas as well.
Oh, there's Yeltsin.
Ferrari, McLaren getting pushed on the outside.
Oh, my God.
He's still there around the outside. Yeltsin now as well, getting involved, getting engaged in this scrap in the mid-pack around the outside now. Sterling losing that on two positions, fighting back around the outside up the hill. That's a great bit of traction on that McLaren. It's got that power down, silky smooth, getting that car up and over the hill. What a bit of driving there from four parties involved.
Yeah, this has got to be careful here. He definitely had the better drive on the exit of that corner. A little bit of a nose poke in the rear wing of that McLaren. He's going to get his opportunity. It's a matter of time. There's going to be a little DRS fight happening between this little collection of cars. F1 Samantha, though, again on those softs, starting to get to make herself a little bit of a gap in that P6 position. This is where the fight is, though, isn't it? Yeltsin, Sterling, Grand and Senna all looking pretty evenly paced in these opening 5 laps.
Mate, you say that, but Rob's looking to make the move further up the field in his Mercedes-Benz. Matsumo's car is coughing, he's got no battery left. That move's made. Saab out the pit lane there, getting barely on the brakes. Lovely stuff there from you. So you didn't have to get out the way there, but thank you very much for doing so. Even though you was ghost, but Matsumo getting mugged off down the straight. Our Simpson, mate, has been back in his time here. Just sat here, just getting battery, just be behind these two cars in front, being pulled along nicely, letting them scrap away. He'll get them when he needs to, because right now Rob is scrapping away with Matsumo. Both the trading tyre, there's battery being dumped here, there and everywhere. It's a nice little battle going on further up the field as well, because these softs will fall off in about
it can't be
3 laps, maybe 3-4 laps, I'd say.
It can't be far away.
And then they start just losing that little bit of bite and advantage that they have over that medium tyre.
It's just the average is just a little bit over 4% wear on your soft tyres, and of course these cars really heavy on fuel as well. Are you right? If you just sat on something,
Senna's still in the corners, Grand, mate. This battle's just not ending. Oh, Jesus Christ! They got on the brakes, very heavy there, almost going up the back of the Haas. Sterling now catching up to the back of the Ferrari as well. Yeltsin is still lurking in the wakes, whilst these 3 cars have another round of how many cars can go into turn 1 at the moment. It could look like maybe 3 cars as we're trying to break this toe into turn 1. Portugese Grand trying the best to get up along that pit wall. Now back on the outside, one move made on the defensive line into what he goes, somehow fought that off. I think he has a Ferrari going through on the McLaren as well.
I think Sterling might have let him pass there, just where he went wide at turn 1. Oh, there's the first one. Grand gets the first 3-second time penalty. We saw the rear just kick out a little bit going up the hill. The first time penalty in this race. I tell you what, Senna's putting him under all kinds of pressure. It's just a waiting game. Well, so here's the thing. You obviously got Senna on mediums. Let's have a look at the tyres for them here. So look, Samantha, they're all on the same compound here. Would you look to make the move, or would you try and just sort of stay in that P8, kind of let Grand be the guinea pig and just allow things to happen, or do we be
patient on circuit and
not necessarily patient, just slightly strategic and just sort of maybe just try and
trying to get the move done.
Have a couple of laps behind just to save yourself, so that as you start getting into that pit stop window, most likely kind of towards lap 15 to 19. It changes up a little bit. So yeah, he's going widely out of the toe here. Oh my goodness me, what's Yeltsin doing? Yeltsin goes past 1. He's eyeing up centre in the Ferrari. I don't think he's going to get the job done. He has got
tucking it nicely behind the Ferrari there.
He's got very little Senna looking about 30%.
So I think you may be right here in regards of what Senna is looking to do. What she was talking there, Grand was heavily trying to make sure Senna did not get that toe. No part of Senna tried to follow him.
Wasn't interested.
Just went down into one, followed into. So I think you may have something there in regards of what he's thinking to do on these medium tyres.
Yeah, just try and eat them out a little bit and stuff like that. And this is the thing. I think it's a huge, because if you can have a few laps where you're using the DRS, you're staying competitive. If you can eke these tyres out to a little bit deeper into the 20s, then all of a sudden you've got soft tyres become a viable option to change into. If I was some of these guys here on the mediums, Yeltsin with a big old wobble there brings the car under control eventually. The likes of F1 Samantha, I'm keeping a keen eye on. Oh, we've got a DNF. No, it's not. It's not. It's at the end of Sector 2. It's the end of Sector 2.
Obviously, nothing has been flagged up.
Nothing at the moment. It looks. Oh, the car is pulling away. No, it's pulled off to the side. I think we're going to be okay, and I think we're going to get away with it. The car is still there. We've got Reading as the next car on circuit. There we go. We're fine. We are fine in a way.
Sterling almost pushing Yeltsin up the hill, getting one snap, bang, get a second snap on the exit up the hill in that McLaren. That's going to hurt your wrists in the morning. Yeltsin now needs to be patient. He's got a great little benefit here of two cars in front that are going to pull him along nicely. The cars in front will help him with Sterling behind to settle into a rhythm here. Then pick your moment, work out where you want to box, how long you want to extend your tyre. Once you're getting this benefit here of two cars in front and one man is not wanting to make the move. Senna right now is looking like he's just bedded in, just biding his time. So Yeltsin here, just patient. Patience is key. Sit in bed in, get into a rhythm, and let these two guys in front of you help you defend from the guy behind who's looking a little bit quicker at the moment on circuit.
Well, it's the thing. I think Grand is sort of like trying to play the game a little bit and just looking to use this opportunity to recover some errs. So yeah, you can just see sort of getting in the clearer air, sort of not looking to do anything crazy. I think if anything, it looks like Yeltsin's potentially willing to make the move, but I don't think he's gonna run out of racetrack. It's nearly 1 kilometre long straight. Well, he's got to be really careful here. Oh my goodness me, yowie! That is adventurous.
Seen that coming.
That's adventurous on the outside as well. Goodness me, that is got to be sensible here. Sensible from the rookie. Sterling getting a little bit of a wobble. There's going to be opportunities for him.
Time penalty is coming into play here in the first 10 laps of this race now. Grand with a 3-second, Rob with a 3-second as well. That's going to be punishing for that man later on in the race. I'm not too sure. I didn't see him.
I'm not sure if he's necessarily
gone off. Crash anywhere. He
has pitted.
Made a doozy somewhere or pitted.
Yeah, he's pitted and gone on
has a 3-second to his name nonetheless. Lager and Reading, the other recipients of a 3-second track limit infringement. Picking up infringement. Jesus Christ, at this moment in time, I don't know how Grand's heart is currently tending. Having this Ferrari in his mirrors, lap after lap after lap. Now, so now following that tone now, I think he's now spotted Yeltsin in his rear view mirror, wanting to make a move and making a move. He's what he's waiting to do into turn one. Goes Yeltsin in that Williams. That is a great move from the debutant in that Duracell-sponsored bronze, blue, and whatever the colours it is. It's not Bflvi, it's so ugly, but I digress. Great move there from Yausen into 1. Now what's a 2-piece combo into 4 down the hill. Maybe around the outside.
Patience.
Cut back on the inside. Oh, not quite close enough. Grand there, great bit of defending. Got that door shut nice and early. Shut that door on the cutback. You are not getting past there. There's no, they say no, there is not from Portugese Grand so far. He has been a stoic wall of defense for 11 laps as this man. Goodness me.
Very, very aggressive signs from Yausen.
Oh, Yausen! Oh, he had to get on the brakes there. He stamped on that like it was a melon.
Wobble for sure. I mean, Senna is right there. These guys got to be careful now because look, it's a few laps to go before the pit stops start to come into fruition. I'm not backing or expecting any of our drivers to be coming in anytime soon. We've had Rob come in maybe a little bit early because of, I don't know, maybe a little bit of a spin, maybe a little bit of damage. Yausen is looking to get some back up. It's the fastest lap of the race from Rob at the moment, a 19.217.
Yausen looking to be on the attack again into 2, getting a better run out of it, losing a little bit of time mid-corner.
Oh, Senna.
What he's doing now, Senna wants a receipt in the Ferrari. How dare you overtake me down the inside, you little bugger, but down the inside he goes. He gets defended down from the outside of Yausen. Sterling now getting a move. Oh, almost having a look on Senna. I think there's a little bit of me personally, if I'm Sterling, I'm not backing out there. Man,
yeah, you go for it. You putting the nose in.
Aberration there with Senna. I don't think Sterling wanted to just put his car there. Absolutely, he's a lot nicer than me. Oh, Yausen looking to take.
He's struggling there, isn't he?
In this first 13 laps of this Grand Prix, he's overtaking everyone, wanting to overtake everybody. Portugese Grand now being forced into a defensive mistake now, into the final 2 corners. On the middle of the circuit goes the Haas. Yausen now biding his time, opening the steering lock nicely. On the power, very silky smooth, into the DRS is what it's going to get. Grand now defending valiantly. He's breaking that toe as soon as you get out that final corner. Under my Senna, there goes one Ferrari power unit into turn 1. Where's he come from?
Oh my goodness me! I tell you what, there's pressure on here. Throughout all of this, Grand has been the stabilizer at the front.
Pull the trigger here.
I think Sterling is.
Perfectly chiseled man.
Oh, have they touched? Oh, I think they might have had a little tap there. It's knocked Sterling.
I like it. I'm not too sure.
I don't know. I'm not sure. All I know is that Senna's going to remain right behind Grant. Rob is currently. He is flying.
Random Mercedes-Benz out of nowhere, going like the absolute
flying
flappers.
on the hard tyres right now. He is absolutely. That Merc
we were
is
so
thrown
focused
around.
on Yausen and
he is.
Senna and Portugese Grand. Yeah, Rob has come flying out of nowhere, got past 2 of the guys we were so focused on without us noticing. Silent assassin in that Mercedes-Benz right now.
I think the little wobble, I think there was a little bit of a spin, a sort of like half spin from Sterling, and then Yausen as well. I think it's just held back ever so slightly, just to kind of to allow Sterling to get back through, basically.
Into box he goes.
And Sterling as well, both pitting just a little bit before the halfway mark, which makes sense. It's surely going to be hard tyres for both of them. Yausen gets a time penalty. How costly is that going to end up being as we get towards the end of this race? F1 Samantha comes out in the pits as well.
Grand defending like a lion the entire race, but
Ron spins!
He's got around! Oh, there was so much praise about to fly out of my big flappy fucking lips, and he has beat me on the exit, got a right round. All the hard work.
Pushing this that little bit too much. I mean, that's certainly one way to get some heat into those hard tyres, but not necessarily the way that you wanted.
He had it made 30 yards prior to the braking zone, and Grand did not fight it off. Because at that point, there's not much point, man. He's only a 6th lap. 6 set of hard tyres. Just some moves you just let be, and he let be, and then Robert's just on the exit. Got the pedal down too quickly, spun it right round. Now goes at P7 with more work to do. He is making this hard for himself. It's Mr. Roberto right now. It's what he's doing. Penalty to his name, making the move to get up the grid again after that earlier pit stop, and now he's just. But the car around again. Now he's got to make the same move now on the outside and Corners Grand to get up the field.
Barnaby's got some damage. AJ comes flying into the pit lane as well. This man was on soft tyres. Has he made those softs go 15 laps? I mean, they look quite worn at this stage, I think it's fair to say. But if he's made those softs last all that way, then that's a monumental effort, to be fair. But this is what I mean. He now goes on to mediums. He can make those mediums last. That might make a hell of a difference, you know, as we get towards the back end. He's going to come out in P14.
Hell of a difference. Mercedes-Benz on a Williams. Oh, Yeltsin yielding. And when I say yielding, that is a puppy rolling over to say thank you very much. I don't need that in my life right now. Yeltsin saw Rob coming with a face of fucking fury, and he has gone flying through, and Yeltsin got some off the racing line. That now, man, I'm good. Fair. You go on. Yeah, you just go on by, brother.
Yeah, sometimes it's just what you got to do, isn't it? Sometimes that is just.
He sensed Rob's presence before he got there.
It's sometimes just how the cookie crumbles. I think it's fair to say. I do not blame him in the slightest. Looking a little bit higher up the grid, then we have a P1 and P2 for the Racing Bull duo at the moment. Tempo currently 4 seconds ahead, a commanding drive to kickstart what is looking like a very fruitful campaign in this season 6 for him. Matt Zuro as well. We knew it in the draft when his name came out. This man's got some speed, got a good head on his shoulders, and look, it's starting to prove dividends here in only his 2nd race. P2 at the moment, little bit of a gap. Tempo is going to come into the pits on this lap. It would not surprise me if Matt Zuvo comes in on the 2nd. AJ with the time penalties, Jay with time penalties as well. As Tempo comes in, surely it's going to be, it's the white-walled hard tyres for Tempo to go to the end of this race at pretty much the halfway mark. He's going to be coming out in P3. Simpson can up past the on the straight. Man's on hard tyres as well. There's going to be a good fight between him and Matt Zuvo, I think, for P2 continuing. Callum Ultra at the moment remains on mediums. Brandon Robb certainly having
an absolute scrapper with the R8, indeed. P5 and P6 at the moment. Grant here is extending the set of medium tyres, 16 lap old.
Yeah, I think he might need to change.
Then give it over.
I think it's time to change. If ever there was an
the brakes and those rears said no more, please.
They've had enough. They've had enough here. Now this is the thing with 20. The thing is with 24 seconds to go. Let's have a look and see who has pitted so far. If he's got 24 seconds, he could miss out a little bit here. Barnaby is yet to pit. Samantha has already stopped, and she sits 11 seconds behind, so she might end up getting a little bit of an undercut. It may prove beneficial for Grand to be on those faster tyres at the end, but it's going to be a battle to get the overtakes done. Samantha might just, bed in and be able to get that gap up. It seems the hard tyres are the tyre. It seems to be the race.
Nice,
Rob is
after
looking
that first
strong
kind of 4 laps on them.
Yeah, he's looking strong.
They're looking very nice indeed.
Now I'm trying to have a look and see on Matt Zuvo at the minute. I think has gone round again on another lap at the moment, which is quite incredible. He's still on medium tyres. He's got 6.6 seconds.
He's extending long for a soft stint at the end?
I kind of feel yes. I think It's looking very calm and very measured. He's not overlocking into the corners. He'll no doubt be playing around with some of the brake bias just to kind of keep it chill. I mean, and look at the amount of errs he's got. He's got a huge amount of errs as well. So it's, I mean, he's gapping Ultra nicely. Ultra is in a similar strat. Doesn't quite have the same amount of errs, but looking to kind of go deep into the race. Tempo is effectively your de facto race leader with out of the people who have stopped. He's on hard tyres. He's happy. He's comfortable going all the way through to the end, but maybe
absolutely. I mean, I think Zuva here is going to maybe be looking to extend this medium stint, go on a short blast on a set of soft tyres at the last stages of the race, but he leaves himself a little bit open here because Ultra is very much in an undercut window. Tenfold, currently 6.5 seconds adrift, 7 seconds adrift of the race leader. You lose what? 24 seconds, I think you said earlier, on a pit stop.
24 seconds.
Right, so Ultra still has a chance here to make Mazda potentially pay for wanting to extend a little bit further than what he maybe needs to, given his natural pace at the moment. Man's looking locked in and grooving around. He is rhythmic at the moment. Is Matt Zuva not putting a foot wrong? But once you're in that window, are you wanting to extend as long as what you can do whilst the tyres feel great, or in box and give yourself the most chance to kind of take the most of what you're feeling right now, which is you are locked in driving to what I think is the best ability. I mean, he is so smooth everywhere. How long is too long? With that guy behind you, that is it in a nutshell. That is Caleb Ultra.
Is too long because there's a few corners where it will just
you have me chasing you. There's Ultra behind you. There's a massive difference.
He's gapping though. It was in the 6s. It's now in the 7s. It's now up to 7.4. So clearly, Ultra, I think, having a few battles has kind of fallen foul, and he is actually struggling. Although interestingly enough, Tempo, currently 10.2 seconds, is not gaining in kind of the same way as I thought. We saw it when it came to the tyre wear. There wasn't a huge amount between the mediums and the hards. We said you're looking about 1.3% per lap for hards and then 1.9% for the mediums. So if you're driving a really economical way, like Matsuvo has, and you can see that he's been gathering up that ERS, he's being super rhythmical, not trying to lock up, probably playing around with the brake balance a little bit. It's actually, you can almost make him a very similar tyre if you are sensible with them. Now, Tempo flying around on medium, so both Matt Zuvo and Ultra come in. He goes for softs. Matt Zuvo has gone for softs, and I believe so too has Ultra. We did. Yeah, we did.
Okie-dokie. So
this gets interesting because Simpson is now
me
down
versus
there.
You.
Yeah, but have a look at this. Matt Zuvo has amazingly managed to come out by the barest of margins ahead of Simpson, and he's on the faster tyre. Now, this could be a bit of a problem for Matt Zuvo because it means that Simpson is going to force him to use those softs. It's not going to be a case of being able to sort of go slightly lax on them. That being said, Matt Zuvo has a nice bit of ERS that he can use. 7 tenths, 8 tenths now. It is all on Matt Zuvo to get the gap and use these softs on this outlap and try and get out the DRS. And my goodness me, he's doing it. The man is flying. Look at the gap that he's now making at the moment. This is
nothing. Oh God!
Hang on. What does it? I mean, what could it mean? Of course, the course of the next 12 laps, he's got 5.6 to Tempo ahead. I mean, I'm not expecting a huge change, but I mean, who knows? Maybe, just Matt Zuvo is in that rhythm, and it plays out that maybe starts putting a bit of pressure on. 19.123.
Tempo now the fastest lap of the race for Tempo currently in a net P1. Look at me at the moment with
this lap.
Given how quick some guys are looking on a set of softs at the moment. Ultra setting purple sectors in P5 a little bit further down the grid though. Yeltsin and Sterling has been very much retaining the scrap that they have been having in the first stages of this Portugal Grand Prix. Now we're resuming that battle as well in the latter stages also. Time penalties, yes, for Yeltsin, but as we will mention all the time,
here comes Grant.
Sometimes it doesn't matter. It's all about pride. Is what it is what it absolutely is. Grand now just took it in behind. No one to make that move.
Oh my god.
Quite yet. Yeltsin, they're getting flying away now. Never mind, I'm lying to you both. Connors Grand. Look at that stampede, sending it down the inside of one now into two in the Haas. Sterling get caught napping, I think, maybe a little bit in the McLaren. It was looking like Grand wasn't wanting to make that move on neither car in front. Oh, never mind,
my god.
Yeltsin. Look at the ridge a little bit, forcing the Williams on the outside of the circuit. Yeltsin getting a better run now, out on the outside, getting a move into the... Oh, that's a great little bit of racing from two cars in now.
Oh, so good.
Oh, look at Archie from the Williams and the Haas. I'm pretty sure I saw a little bit of front wing or a little bit of car come off on one of the parties. Not to show it, that was just a game graphic of somebody is now losing him, is now missing an end plate. But that is a sequence of racing there. That was, it didn't look like Grand was looking to make the move. It looked like he was looking to tuck in with both cars and then not get nowhere. And then all of a sudden Yeltsin got down the inside of Sterling. That then prompted Connors Grand to then get the move made also on the McLaren. And we go round two. Yeltsin now being
they're just going, aren't they? Round and round.
Taken by Sterling into turn one. A little bit of it. Oh, no, my Yeltsin has an unbelievable switch back. Get down the highlight reel, young fellow, because that's unbelievable. What a bit of driving that is. Got on the brakes, down the gear. Switch back on the inside into turn two. That's phenomenal.
We didn't get it. We didn't get it. Arguably the best move of the night. We didn't get it. He's just gonna have to do it again. There's no other way. He's gonna. Oh, I tell you what. There's a couple of corners which he is just struggling with a little bit, though, isn't he? Oh, by the way, Rob with more time penalties. It was, and with a 6-second gap to Senna behind could bring him something I just want to point out, by the way. Matt Zuvo is reducing the gap to tempo. It's gone from 5.6 seconds to 3.1. And obviously Matt Zuvo on softs, tempo on hards. It's still a significant gap, and with 8 laps to go, it's a very, very tall order to say the least. But
Sterling getting the revenge on that Williams down the inside. He goes, his days are through. Gonna get the sweet spot this time round. No, he cannot. Sterling learning his lesson, but locking up that front tyre into two, losing so much momentum there. Into the braking zone, into the apex, through into 3 now. Yeltsin getting the buttload of a toe into 4 down the inside. He goes in the Williams. That's a great bit of racing from both parties involved. So much space given there. If anything, too much space, be a little bit more aggro on your defence. You had at least 3 cars to defend that racing line, but nonetheless, great bit of racing from both parties involved, both Mercedes powered units as well.
Gotta be having a good time doing that, haven't you? It almost doesn't matter what position it's for when the racing's like that. It's such good fun. When you can race professionally, side by side, you know that space is going to be given. It's what it is all about, in my opinion. Take our hat off 2.5 to these two. Goodness me, it is 2.5. Let's have a look.
He's rocketing.
He is.
Since you last mentioned it, he gained a second.
Well. I mean, goodness me. This, I mean, now this is the thing. With tempo is no slouch. We know that for sure. Tempo is a BFL champion. Has a phenomenal pace here, but I'm not quite sure he's been in this. I mean, he's been in this position kind of like hunted down, but not necessarily by his own teammates. Certainly not in BFL 6 anyway. Rob certainly gave him a good run for his money last season, but it keeps coming down, it keeps chipping away. Maybe at some point in those final few laps we're going to see Matt Zuvo in the DRS. That could get interesting. Simpson going very nicely in P3. You got Ultra 2.9 seconds behind him. F1 Samantha as well, a very, very strong drive from her at the moment. Currently P5. It's a big gap. Callum Ultra ahead. You're looking about just a little bit south of 18 seconds. Got XR8 Rob closing in less than 2 seconds, but with those time penalties I don't think it's going to ultimately affect Samantha's position as long as she keeps it within the white lines and doesn't get one herself. Senna P7 at the moment. You're looking at 12 seconds between them unless Rob gets it a little bit more wrong. It doesn't look like he's going to inherit, but a man's starting to get a little bit under pressure from Grand in P8. He does have time penalties, but those soft tyres are starting to light up a little bit with a little bit more rubber down on circuit 2. It's interesting for the softs, and it's lighter.
Just can't stop.
Cars are lighter.
These two are just, it's like a game of chess. They're both just so level pegging, sector after sector, corner after corner. Nobody's gaining enough and nobody's losing enough for these two guys just to get separated. They're like the oh, Yeltsin getting a big step of oversteer up and over the hill. These two guys go into this pivot left-hander over another hill into a Olka braking zone. Get the guy rotated nicely, trail brake into the entry. Don't get on the brake, don't stand bit, you'll lock up and go forward. Tail braking, then down one gear, let the car slow down naturally on the engine braking into that apex, get as much momentum as you can do through that corner. It's been a lap after lap, the last 3 laps, just corner.
We're gonna go again. We're gonna go again.
And here he comes now, Sterling, no doubt, no less, into turn 1 with the outside. They've got it on the inside now, defending as hard as what you can do in the rules and regulations. You have one move to make whilst you are defending, and then that is it. Now down on the outside now goes Sterling in that McLaren. That might be the last one here, because that is the cleanest that they've gone through to. Oh, Yow's again.
Weird line there. That's not what you wanted. That is not what he would have wanted. That is for sure. By the way, look at the gap on. Oh, Grand's got a bit right here.
On the outside.
3 second time penalty.
Off the circuit, I should say. Let's pick up the penalties real quick. I think we were speaking both of our languages there. So 6 seconds for Rob, 6 for Cronus Grand, Yeltsin holding 3 seconds, Barnaby on debut P11 in the Mercedes-Benz, 3 seconds also, AJ carrying 6, Lager carrying 6, Purple J carrying a 3 second, Kingy carrying 6, and Redding as well. Both the Red Bull pairings carrying 12 seconds worth of penalties between themselves, but the front runners are looking clean and tidy. No penalties here for P1, 2, 3 and 4, and Matt Zuvo is closing is what he is doing. He is sneaking up behind his teammate right now, just letting me know I am here to fight, my brother, and I'm here to scrap. We will exchange time strategies, we will exchange pit stop procedures, but I'm here to scrap and fight for points. 1.8 now into sector 3, into the final 3 corners, lap 28 of 33, and it has been an exciting return to the Portugal Grand Prix circuit. I must say, it has not disappointed
really strong
whatsoever.
Really strong. No, it's been what we wanted. It's been what we expected.
Oh my God, it has time. I'm still like, Yeltsin, just stop it. I keep cutting you off and I feel as rude as fuck. But Yeltsin getting the switch back now in sector 2. These two fellows, these two champions, P9 and P10. Yeltsin has 6 seconds worth of penalties, but it does not matter, because in our league, how we run things, the guys race hard and they race fair, and we're all F1 fans by proxy. So what we want to race like is what we want to see on TV when we watch the F1 on Sundays. And tonight, mate, Sterling and Yeltsin are just having fun, enjoying each other's company on circuit, fair, hard, good racing. Doesn't matter whether the penalty is involved, it's just been fucking fantastic to watch. 2 drivers enjoying their time on circuit. Fantastic stuff.
keeping an eye on Matsuo. He's not gaining. I think he might have hit
Ultra, mate.
Yeah, this is it. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, I've not been seeing that gap come down. The soft tyres are switched on for Ultra and Matsuo, but I don't know. Matsuo, I think it's just, I don't know, maybe he's pushed that bit too much. It's just hovering that 1.8, 1.9
that's your issue,
at the moment. But
yeah, how hard do you push to close the gap? How much time do you leave yourself to then try to optimize and overtake?
He needs to really be in that DRS zone right compound now to really make this kind of work and stick. DRS is what's needed.
Look, mate, Ultra.
Here goes Ultra. Here he goes.
Absolutely flying by. Cheers for coming in that Ferrari. Thank you very much. Maybe the easiest move made tonight, I think. Simpson not putting up much defence on the inside of that Ferrari, but I would imagine Simpson is backing himself here on this hard tyre. 3 laps left. Now just
not long
behind.
to go.
Let Ultra's tyres now just wear off.
Yeah, I think that's, well, yeah.
Give yourself 2 laps to just put that car under pressure, make him use his tyre, then pull the plug on that. Maybe the last lap of the race, maybe lap 32 or 33. But just sticking that DRS zone, you have 2 chances.
Just try as
into
can,
1
isn't it?
will keep you close. Into 4 will keep you close enough. Patience now for the Aston Martin of Mr. R. Simpson.
It's the thing, though. I think the Ultra is going to get a bit of DRS because they're catching up. They've got a couple of back markers in front of them. I think got lager and baited product in front, so the DRS will activate, I believe, for Ultra as he comes up towards the start-finish line. That gap between 1 and 2 as well now sits at 2.3. So I think Matsuo's tyres have kind of hit their peak, and not necessarily resignation, but an understanding that maybe he's not going to get that opportunity. That being said, crazy the differential between the softs and the hards has proved to be extraordinary. It's fair to say. Ultra and Simpson will keep on fighting. We'll have a look back at that towards the end. Who else have we got? Some close fights with. We got Grand creeping up on Senna, but all unfortunately going to be in vain because of those time penalties. Sterling as well. I tell you what, if Sterling keeps it clean, there's an outside chance of him. I mean, potentially 6.6. Grand gets past as well. I don't know. He could move up a couple extra places.
And changing. These two fellas, honestly.
Driver of the day from Dragster. His vote is F1 Samantha. Both in qualifying and the race has driven incredible. And that, of course, just personal opinion. Everyone has driven well in tonight's race. They really have. It's been some fantastic drives, some amazing side-by-side racing. Getting more of it. Yeltsin. Oh, make it stick. Oh, make it stick.
Great racing move, man, for the love of Christ.
Oh,
it's lap 32.
That was superb.
And these two are still just putting on a showcase of everything we are about on the circuit. God, man, what a thing we have, what a thing we can experience, and what a show these guys can put on for you all here sat and watching. And hope you have all enjoyed watching these drivers up and down the field for 33 laps, just chopping and changing, showing you what it should be like when you see cars race fairly and hardly on circuit. It's fantastic stuff, it really is.
Penultimate lap, and again, we've spoken about this in the race, we've spoken about this heavily last week, just how crucial some of these time penalties are going to be. A few drivers are going to be set to miss out on a few decent point calls for Sterling. It's okay.
Track limits, we're just looking a little bit dicey there. They've got a little bit out wide after the tail exit. We mentioned that a few times.
I think he can afford 3. I think
it's not a point. Come on, yeah. lap 33. You know fine well you are getting off the Xbox afterwards and kicking ourselves. If you get a 3-second lap 33, you are mad at yourself.
I tell you one thing which is interesting on this penultimate lap. Callum Ultra has managed to increase that gap to just outside of the DRS zone. Simpson's
Ultra
not going to be getting
phenomenal race tonight
well,
as well.
Technically speaking, he's I think in terms of position, I think he's is he missed out? Is he lost a position? I think position change. Yeah, technically speaking, he's missed out. He started P2. You've got F1 Samantha up 3 places, Matt Zuvo up 3 places as well. Final lap has begun as well. Look, we're going to go on board with tempo. Final corner. What a drive. Commanding in qualifying. Setting an outrageous time, which no one could even get close. It has been start to finish for tempo. It is a Portuguese Grand Prix win. It's a 1-2 for the Racing Bulls. It's going to be Ultra coming round the corner to take P3, loses 1 position, but he's going to be happy with that podium. Simpson, what a drive for P4. You've got Rob coming round. The fights are still happening further back. We can see Senna and Grant still fighting. Yeltsin and Sterling still enjoying themselves in this race, but unfortunately, as you're going to see, time penalties are going to matter. F1 Samantha then up towards, well, I should say over the finish line for a phenomenal P6 drive. Grand coming around the final corner. I think Senna will take the place. He will finish P7. Grand currently P8. Through comes Yeltsin and Sterling. Amazing. What a drive from those two. Sterling inherits P9. Yeltsin for P10. Barnaby to complete the grid. Goodness gracious me. There is a lot to write home about there in that race. That was fantastic. It seemed like the tyres were tricky. Barnaby gets a driver of the day in the game.